everyone, welcome to our Teacher Talk. I am Sophia Shen. This channel will cover several topics including curriculum, teaching, learning, and pastoral life. Today's session will be academic focused, and all the Wellingtonians have been pursuing it for a lifelong. It is the high quality learning. Without further ado, let's welcome today's guest speaker, Mr. Ogando. Could you please introduce yourself first?
Of course. My name is Mr. Felix Ogando, and I am a mathematics teacher, and I'm also the director of studies in the senior school. And other than that, I've been working with a lovely group of people, colleagues, to redefine the definition of our high quality learning, and that's the special working party. I've been in Wellington, Tianjin for 5 years.
Thank you, Mr. Ogando. Welcome.
Yeah.
And actually, in today's session, we'll mainly talk about the definition of high quality learning and the aim of a CIS high quality learning working party.
Right.
We will also talk about the 5 identities and their outcomes. So here at Wellington, teaching is closely aligned with the definition of high quality learning. Then what is the definition of high quality learning in Wellington?
That's a really brilliant question, Ms. Shen. I think for us in Wellington, when we talk about high quality learning, we are looking at developing well-rounded individuals so that when they leave Wellington, they go out there in the university or in the work environment later on, then they're going to go out with those lifelong skills. Our high quality learning is underpinned by our core values and identities. And of course, that means that we want to see our pupils actively engaged in the learning process. All right. We want to see them confident in the learning process, and we want to see them enjoying their learning.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you just mentioned you are currently leading the CIS High Quality Learning Working Party. And then what's the name of that party?
Right. So, you know that we are privileged, and we are really proud of this, to be a member of the CIS, which is the Council for Accreditation of International Schools. It's a very special umbrella body that supports schools with setting up really high standards. So being accredited by Council of International Schools is really, really a good thing. And it gives that stamp of assurance to our pupils, to our parents, and even us as teachers, that we are indeed in an environment where the standards are high. And so they visited us last year in October, November 2022, last academic year. Yes. And it's just to look at the process of re-accreditation. Okay. And in that process, we asked ourselves really challenging questions. How, as a school, do we define high quality learning? And because of that, a working party was put in place, and that is the CIS High Quality Learning Working Party. And the main function or role for that was to look at exactly how we define, all right, high quality learning, how we can distill very concise statements that have those shared understanding of what high quality learning is from the perspective of our pupils, from the perspective of our teachers, and also from our parents' perspective. So that is the reason why the High Quality Learning Party was formed. And the idea is then we have a framework of a system that can be supportive to all the stakeholders, and we can refer to as the definition for our quality learning.
That's great to know. Now that you mentioned the 5 identity as the core of high quality learning. So let's learn the 5 identities one by one. First of all, independent.
Yes.
What do we expect from our pupils in terms of that identity?
Yeah. Oh, thank you very much, Ms. Shan. Now, the identity about independence is really an important one for the college, because I think we have had this push towards making sure our pupils are more independent in their learning. And for us, when we look at independence in terms of learning, to select resources, all right, to ask the right questions.
That's very smart.
To pursue excellence, really. So our desire is that when they leave us, they're prepared for the ever-changing world as an independent learner. We have a number of examples across the whole school where pupils have opportunities to show their independence in learning. And in the Nest, for example, we have a very robust, very clear outdoor learning space that supports our younger ones to be more independent in choosing activities that they want to do. I know they have this very special part of their learning, which is continuous provision. In the junior school and across to the senior school, we started, if you remember, the 3 Before Me, where we challenge our pupils to always, first of all, research about a particular question if they have, and then reflect upon it, and then review. And we have also a range of other activities. I think one that is really, really important to point out as well is our extended project qualification. That is a very special offer and provision for Wellington, Tianjin.
And very famous.
And very famous, you know this. And actually, most of our top scholars and top students who have ended up in top universities around the world have gone through this. They have actually accomplished this particular program and done an EPQ. It's where actually pupils are given that opportunity to research, to reflect, review, right? And ask themselves really fundamental, challenging questions that stretch their imagination and creativity. And then they present their research findings, they write essays, they present research papers, and we work together with AQA, the examination board, that sort of oversees that and gives them a mark. However, it's a really important tool or strategy or avenue through which our pupils become independent in the senior school.
Wow, thank you. Yes, indeed. In this ever-changing world, it is really essential for our pupils to have the ability to think and perform independently. They are super lucky to have a lot of opportunities of being independent.
Oh, exactly. And that's always our desire, to support them with this.
Okay, and thank you. Let's come to our second identity.
Yes.
Inspired.
This is also an exciting identity, to be honest, because inspiration is a really powerful driving force.
Yep.
Most of the time, you ask people, what inspires you? What makes you wake up every day to do what you do? What is that driving inner strength in you that makes
the alarm?
The alarm clock. Now, for us, we really need our pupils to be, first of all, excited in their studies. I think that's really, really important. Then, that they can nurture that intrinsic motivation, all right, to push themselves to be creative. There is a driving force for them to reflect through their learning and strive to be the best. I think that is really, really important, because when you ask somebody who inspires you, I can say who inspires me as a teacher. I'm sure you have someone who inspires you. Every leader in the world will have someone who inspires them. But then you want to be like them. So you actually aspire to be the best, and they have the enthusiasm of life. And that motivates them to stretch their creativity and thinking. So for us, that's what inspiration is. And across, again, the whole school, we have numerous examples in which our pupils have opportunities to show their inspiration. We have themed days where they can express themselves. We have, in the Nest, for example, the other day, I was being told of our own children, young ones, developing 3D models of their own image. And I was looking at the inspiration, and one of the children actually was inspired by football. And so they could describe the reason why they came up with a 3D model of their own image inspired by a footballer.
For the next ones,
for the
younger ones.
Yes. And in the senior school, for example, we have the science project. Our pupils inspired by knowledge. All right?
Of course.
Looking for excellence, striving to be the best, research, things around the scientific knowledge, and then they present. And when you go to those science fairs, you are blown away by the level of effort and energy that they have actually taken to research, right, and think through their project with a very good level of inspiration. And that's what we want to see in all our Wellingtonians.
It was amazing to see our pupils
Yes.
being excellent in those science fairs.
Yes.
Great. I hope you enjoyed our dialogue, enjoy our teacher talk. I will see you next time.
Thank you very much, and see you.